Hey everyone, welcome to the MDM Minute. Today is all about the evolution of the human species. So for the better part of the last 40 years, there has been an evolution happening within the human species, and that is an evolution of the consciousness. And I like to use myself as an example because, a couple decades ago, I was working in the banking system, and then at the speed of thought, everything I knew changed forever. And I'm of the opinion that there are certain people being woken up at perfect times and being endowed with bizarre and beautiful using to help forward this evolution of the species. So I come from an engineering background. For 2 years, we had the MDM show. We interviewed 100 absolutely beautiful and amazingly gifted people. And a large number of those people came from some type of technical / engineering background and began, utilizing that knowledge to just create and perpetuate just amazing devices and things to help elevate the consciousness of the species. So my path has been radically different from most people that have had a wake-up experience because I choose to blaze my own path. I very, very rarely read anything that's out there, and I don't watch anything that has to do with the field that I play in. And that way, the information that I receive from the Akashic Records, Great Ascended Master Saint Germain, and a dozen others that I work with is absolutely pure and unadulterated, and it allows me to bring products and services to bear in the market, unlike anything you've ever seen before. So in this evolution, I'm going to offer a little bit of advice to those of you that have gone through a wake-up experience, those of you that are starting to wake up, and those of you that will wake up eventually in the future. Don't label yourself ever with anything, okay? And I have had many, many conversations with people with all kinds of strange and beautiful talents. And the one thing that I always kind of reflect on is how they label themselves, okay? And this, I'm not putting down a group or a segment, I'm educating all of you on how to become unlimited in an unlimited reality that we live in. And that is not to label yourself. So for instance, if you call yourself a Reiki master, okay, Reiki masters are beautiful people. They do amazing things for people. But you have just limited yourself to a very narrow band, okay? And this is all about bandwidth to the universe, okay? I don't know the first thing about Reiki. I really don't, except you can move energy through your hands and heal people. Well, if you have the ability to unlimit yourself, and that's very easy, and I'll explain that in a minute, then you can be a Reiki master in the moment, on the fly, to do whatever you need to do with your client, your friends, your family, anyone. Okay? And that is to simply unlearn everything you have ever learned for the real learning to begin. And all of this really starts with your comfort zone, right? So we live in a box, and I've done a few videos on this, but I'll explain it again. And your box is your consciousness, okay? And when we get stressed out, we build the walls a little bit thicker, and we build them a little bit higher, going further into ourselves. But for 1 second, if you have the capacity to step outside your comfort zone to where the magic is, the entire universe will support you, but you have to take the first step. Just stepping outside your comfort zone. And again, because we are all unlimited beings, we have potential to be unlimited. And it's not about learning. There's nothing ever to learn. It's always about remembering things that you have done again and again and again. You're doing them now, you have done them, and you will do them again in the future. So, recap, okay? Never label yourself. always consider yourself an unlimited being, whereby in the moment you have the capacity to download or have access to information that you need. A beautiful place to access information is the Akashic Records. So if you're intuitive, you already know that everything is energy and that energy is all interconnected, and that interconnectedness is what science coins the quantum realm. And the quantum realm has something very much like the Library of Congress. It's called the Akashic Records. It's all knowledge, past, present, and future. And once upon a time, 15 years ago, when I needed access for the information for whatever I was doing, I would walk through these giant oak doors and I'd sit down at these beautiful leather chairs, and there were two ethereal beings in there, and I forget their names, but they would go into the library, into the Akashic Records, and they would bring forth information that I needed to build, to push, to understand, to evolve. Okay, in this game, folks, is all about evolving. It's the evolution of the human species, and a couple things are going to happen. I don't pretend to know the future. I don't want to know the future. Okay, but I will share this with you. There's a reset on the way. When it's coming is anybody's guess. What it's going to be is anybody's guess. And if anybody tells you they know what day is, walk away, because they don't. No one in human form has that access to that information, when and what it's going to be. We just don't. Anything that's written, anything you've read, the fear mongrels out there, all I know is this: the Great Reset is going to be absolutely beautiful. And the universe is grooming segments of the population, okay, to help evolve the human species as a whole. Some of us are just waking up a little bit earlier than others, and setting precedents to the beauty and teaching people that heed that clarion call in ways that we can. And we run the gamut, all different backgrounds, different religions, different different countries, societies, but we are growing in numbers. Okay, 15 years ago, 18 years ago, when I started this quest, there were not a lot of us out there, but there are more now, and it's evolving, and there's no centralized group taking control. Everyone is just feeling that clarion call, and they are performing, and they are giving their all in whatever beauty that they can, and ultimately the end game is to spread more light and love in the world. So take this information for what it's worth. You are an absolutely beautiful, unlimited being with unlimited potential for you to seize if you so choose. But folks, make no mistake, it's up to you to take that first step outside your comfort zone. Thanks, folks. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.